What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cat and Beats, and welcome to an episode where we're going to be mixing and mastering in the box in one episode. In about 1 hour time, we're going to be mixing and mastering this whole track. So, without any edits, it's going to be a good time. So, the track is called Your Time Will Come, and it's by an artist named Jamin van Dillen or Van Dillen, and I probably completely mispronounced that, but that's how I'm going to be saying it. I'll say it Dutch, Jamin van Dillen. So definitely check out his work in the description below, which is going to be cool. Anyway, let's have a little quick before and after already, because right now I'm in the future, and then we're going to go back to the past so that you can hear what is going to happen. So before, the song sounded like this.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves, and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to something you can't see. Don't know where to go sometimes. I want to see a brighter day. Your time will come. Your time will come. I'm scared I've known only death.
So it's a nice song, and at this part in his verse, it really sounds like that guy from The Police, Sting, for some weird reason in my head. Anyway, yeah, so that's the track. This is from one of the patrons, and if you want to become a patron and also have the benefit of mixing this track, the before and after will be there for you to download as of right now, and then you can mix along with me or do something completely different or first take notes. But it's a nice way of a real world experience of how mixes come in and how mixes need to leave the door. And you can put yourself a timer too to say, I'm only going to give myself 2 hours and see how far you get, or half an hour, because it's really fun to work under pressure. That's also on Patreon. There's fellow other nerds, and there you can also get me to critique your mixes, for instance. There's tiers for that, and lots of things there. Okay. I'm already going to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I will see you in 1, 2, 3 seconds. Let's go through this thing. I have done something first, and that is that I've bounced down the original mix, which is over here, and the original master. It's always nice to have that, so just a quick little tip there. Always have your little orgs, so you can always have a listen to if you're going the right way or not. Sometimes you actually end up ruining a track, and then you can just double check and like, oh no, I didn't ruin it, or oh god, I did. So first things first, let's delete everything and start working. Let's have a little listen to what the song sounds like. Let's go straight to the drop. Okay. Excuse me.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves, and they can plague you if you let them try.
All right, let's first do everything but the vocals, and get the vocals to be the right color, because obviously the vocals are some type of pea yellow. That's just the way my vocals are. And let's have this group to be ungrouped and fix that. So I don't want to have a bass and drum group. I don't like that personally. So just get rid of those, and let's fix the kick drum and the drums themselves, and ungroup that, and boop, 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 and group that together, and then we'll call this drums. If this is going too fast, you can also watch this at 0.25 speed. Anyway, so we got that. Let's start with the kick and fix that over here. Okay. Okay. We go. So the start thing wasn't right there. Okay, for the rest it sounds okay. Let's just loop this place here. EQ that and set the volume really quick. So rev 1, I want to have that at -6ish, so let's just do -9. Perfect. Let's get rid some low. And let's create some fake top end. We'll just get a vocoder and pop that on so it becomes a little bit more dusty. Only need the top. And let's try, maybe we can get some less bands. Perfect. Okay, dry wet that in. And let's cut a little bit. And let's boost a little bit. Perfect. Let's go and find the snare. Make that a little bit more normal. Okay, so there's a reverb directly on the snare drum. Not normally my cup of tea to go that way, but we'll just leave it for a second. Let's reverb it out. Let's take the low cut out. Bit much, don't you think? Okay, so let's do that. Perfect. A little bit less loud. Up this. That's funny. It's like the kick drum and the snare drum here play the same thing for a fill. This is supposed to be a ghost note. But I won't fuck with that. Let's make it more poppy there. There we go. Let's pop this on there as well. And let's put an auto pan on that so that it's a little bit more more movie. 3/16. Oh wait, let's find it. I think, yeah. Perfect ish. 3/8. Yay. Perfect. Okay, a little bit of oddness there. Let's put in this one. A little bit too loud. Let's just get rid of the EQ. Do the EQ again. Cool. Yeah, so there's a little bit of reverb everywhere. I'm thinking of just creating a send, making it drum white, and taking that this reverb, which is pretty cool, the way it's set up. I'm just gonna put that here instead and full whack it wet, and instead push things into that one reverb, so it's a very wet sounding snare fill and hat. All right. I can't hear this at all. Let's EQ that. Okay, let's give that some more noise, literally with vocoder. I'm cool with that. Okay, so drums are sounding a little bit better now. Let's just have a little quick check with the original and see if it sounds better or not. Here I come. Okay, great. In my head, I already know what it sounds like. I'm probably going to mess around with that a little bit more, but I first want to get like a general feel of the whole track, and then once I have the general feel, it'll be easy to open it up. Okay, so let's make that work. We're gonna duplicate this, then we're gonna take these, group these, bass, and make the bass light brown, as all bass colors obviously are. Again, I always color code, so for the people who know me, you'll know my color codes. And it's really nice because if you skip between projects, you always know where things are. Okay. Let's image that out with the new Ozone Imager, which is free. It's always nice to have a little bit of width on mode 1. And this is for all the people with no sub. Let's just try to get that. And now let's put in the low sub. Okay, cool. Let's get a little bit of side chaining to the kick drum. I'll just do that with the glue compressor because less buttons means less work. Side chain to bass drum. Okay, so we're gonna pretend that the kick is like the heaviest thing in the world. So let's just put this over here as well. Okay, and let's just find the main frequency of the kick here. So that's 36.7, and we're just gonna go over here and EQ that out of this thing so that the kick drum can knock through. It's a very deep kick drum. Personally, I would probably just delete the kick drum, but it also works at the same time, and I want to get this done in an hour. Ooh, let's cut low end here. Okay, so a quick little trick as well is to amp this whole thing before. We can then get some top end or low end out of it, but generally speaking, it's just disgusting. Cool. Very nasty. Let's just ungroup this and see what this is. Get rid of everything. And this is audio. It's great. I'm pretty sure that this is out of. But it's also supposed to sound a little bit wonky, so I will respect. Let's do a little bit of mid-side. Let's send that into the reverb. And let's see what we can do in the mid. Just warm up the mid and the side. Just bump it open. It's easy. Let's again remember the little side chaining because we're trying to make this sound heavy. Definitely not as much side chaining. We could do more to that, but again, let's just get a quick glance of the track first, and then we'll go into make everything sound a little bit sexier. Okay, so then we already have a vocal chain, which I set up over a Skype call with him. But I'm gonna just quickly not do that, and we're gonna start everything from scratch again. I have a quick little listen to this. Yeah, so we're just gonna redo that, and this, and we'll leave this because this is a sneaky trick. Actually, we'll just we'll remake everything. So let's start with vocals first. Dry.
Travel through the airwaves and
okay, these vocals are not dry. That sucks, but whatever.
fight.
Let's work with what we got instead.
Fighting myself.
Let's get rid of this.
Fighting my.
Here we go. That's 9.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the.
What's that? 9.79. So let's get a de-esser. I'll just use the Ableton de-esser because I'm a lazy twat. So that's 9780. 9790.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves and they can plague you if you let them.
There's lots of low-end energy in this thing. So we can go about that several ways. Let's just go the static route for a second. I'm just gonna duplicate this EQ after again. Let this just low cut DS for cleanliness, and then here we'll just get a little bit of focus. It's a little bit too
Fighting my.
a little bit too much there, so just cut that out with a gentle low shelf here.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves and.
Cool. Next up, let's compress it. I'll just get a CLA 76 because it's easy. Let's compress it with the track though, so that we get the track to sound nice. We can basically compress it so that we get more of that reverb and delay that's already in the track.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves and they can plague you if you let them. Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves and they can plague you if you let them. Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves and they can plague you if you.
Okay, cool. let's also give a little bit of top end, and I do that with a tiny little thing called V Type A, unknown little plugin, but extremely.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if.
Let's also sidechain this thing. I'm thinking of, because there's already reverb on it. Normally I would have sent it to those sends. But let's just do a little bit of thingy on here. A little bit of controversial there, but I kind of want it to duck out the way.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if you.
Perfect. Let's also use that slap delay. So I call it a slap delay because it's the Haas effect. But yeah, I just use this, go pretty fucking wide, and then make a distorted slap delay over here. So let's just pop it in pretty heavy so we can just listen to this for a second.
Fighting my.
So it's like left, right, really heavy now. And then I like popping in amps or distortions or pedals, because then you can fix the vocal so it has a little bit more of whatever it is you're looking for. So for me, I already noticed that this part is quite full. So let's just pop it into this part. So then we have this over distorted sound, which is going to be over here, in here. And we can just pop that in. So it'll be the presence band. And we're just going to pop that in a little bit. Not a lot.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if you let them drown. Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if.
Now, overall, I'm going to be using something called Soothe, because we have a little bit too much toppy stuff going on in this track still. So I just want to use this, where is it? Vocal wide rescue. I just need, let's just set it up ourselves.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if you let them drown. Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and.
All right, compress to doo-doo. That's Soothe there, and I'm going to put Soothe here as well. So I know it's a little bit overkill, but this is going to kill ears. My left speaker just popped. Okay, so let's just work with that. We'll probably have soothed out a lot of that vocal. Let's just take all the soothes in one button and check if we did good or not there.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if you let them drown. Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and
let's take the boom, 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 and we'll sidechain into the vocal group, which will be vocal group, which is, where the fuck is the vocal group? Verse Fox vocal group. Okay.
fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if you let them drown. Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if you let them drown. Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if them try.
Okay, so we still haven't actually mixed yet. We just made some levels. So let's just quickly check out how we are with levels.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves, and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to something you can't see. Don't know where to go sometimes. Alone, fighting myself, the thoughts.
So I like the previous vocal reverb and all that stuff that was set up actually. So a little bit more top and out of the vocals. We can pop that in, but now let's just go back and mix it from this static mix. So we get like a little bit of compression going on, a little bit of fatness, and yeah, give this mix a kick in the butt. So now that we have a feel for it, we can kind of press it, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go filthy disgusting and see if I can get away with it. It's my one go-to every single time to see, can I get away with this? And if I can, fuck yes, you know? So let's just make that a little bit faster. And this is gonna be way over the top, so let's just slowly pump. Okay, so the kick drum has a problem. You hear that? Let's go over here for a second and fade out. Perfect, okay. Oi, 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 I'm still busy. Haha, that is fucking disgusting. Let's do this. Let's make this over the top because I think it's going to be fun. Let's make a drums group, put it at the top here. Make that white, obviously. And send that to drums. And also send the drum reverb to drums. And then compress that together. So that we have like a breathy, over the top compressed drum set. Because I think that'll be hilarious. Oh, and send this to in. Those hi-hats are loud as and proud right now, so let's just bump them down a bit. Okay, so that's nice. It's like it's painfully insane right now, so cool. Let's also put in a little bit of delay just to bounce the track a bit. Oh, delay doesn't. Oh, I don't know how to spell delay. Sorry, excuse me. So I'll take delay, put that on triplets, filter it down, dry, wet, full, and feedback, and then also compress that with the glue compressor, so it's side chains heavily, and then we'll drop in some of this. Little bit of love there. Let's put the rate of the time different as well, so that it's like sometimes it'll be and sometimes it'll be and otherwise it'll be. Okay, drums are smashed. Hulk smash drums. So that's nice. Let's balance that out with an EQ again afterwards. But smashy drums. Okay. I'm also going to do something a little bit controversive. I'm going to put a limiter on here and just put the ceiling down. So we get a little bit of compression because that kick drum is going to fucking hate the last limiter. put my look ahead as far forward as possible so that I don't have too much crap beyond what it already is. Okay, cool. Let's pop in the bass really fast and give that some more love. It is really, really, really fat right now. I don't think we need to do any extra processing on the bass. We can go a little bit more. We can do some stuff on the piano. But I'm doing dubstep right now. But I think that would be cool. So I'm going to think for a second. Let's try a little bit of Filter Freak, just to give it a little bit of weirdness. Let's do that first. So that one will be cool, and let's duplicate that again, and we'll try a little bit of a step one as well. So that we have a bit of rhythm, not rhythm, step. So that we have a bit of like stuff going on. That doesn't work. Where's my tweak? Where's my tweak knob? Let's go rhythm instead. There we go. So that moves around. This could actually be cool. And let's give that a little bit of a tremolator, or yeah, I think a tremolator would be smarter than the Filter Freak there, because otherwise it gets a little bit over the top. Rate tempo. This is not the one I mean, I think. Is it? Cool, I'm okay with that. Let's mod it a little bit less. Cool, so we have a little bit of weirdness there.
Them try and hold on to something you can't see. Don't know where to go sometimes. Alone, fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to something you can't
think this filter freak is helping me out, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I think overall the piano sounds alright. We just have to get movement in it, so now we have movement in it beyond, so it needs to be a little bit out of the box weird stuff. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. I have vocal chorus group here as well. Let's just leave that the way it is for now. And let's open this up and have an actual listen to the track and see what this stuff is.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to something you can't see. Don't know where to go sometimes. I want to see a brighter day. Your time will come. Your time will come. Only defeat these scars on my body never.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this and we'll use the same chain as this. And fix the vibe there. Also, I think the chorus vocals can be nice and wide. So let's just do that. Let's just fix the chorus for a second so that it sounds super cool. Super stretchy and weird right now.
Your time will come. Your time will come.
So let's take this one. This is really cool stuff here. So this is like a random YTWCMV090313 thing. You can Google that if you want. No clue what I'm talking about. But just take an auto pan behind that, you know, so that not everything is centered. The vocals in the middle, everything else can go away. Let's go hertz, slow, and just a
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to.
So let's give that give that a little till. How are we on time? I have no clue how much time we spent on it yet. Hope we're good. Not too bad. Let's just hello. Oh, here we go. A, and B, and boop, and reverb, and long.
Let them try and hold on to something.
See? Cool. So then we have that little thing going on. Got to make sure that that's obviously ducks out of the way because of it. Because it will be too much of a distraction, and also duck away of the kick because kick. I think that's reason enough, right? Where did I just put that? Where did I just put that? I put it here. Okay, wait. I didn't put the vocal one there. Cock. I don't know even where the vocal one went. Okay, well, we'll figure that out as we go, I guess. Too bad. Cock.
Let them try and hold on to.
Let's do the same effects thing that we had here. Auto pen. We'll copy that and pop that onto this and then make that inverted.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airways, and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to something you can't see. Don't know where to go some.
Okay, we need the whoop to go and do something. This is the second time I hear this whoop. Is this a sample? Oh no, I think he whooped it himself. He or whooped it. Something. That's full of verb. Well, I can leave that the way it is. Let's just make that. Let's just delay it so that we have a whoop whoop instead of a whoop with a ping pong. Whoop whoop. There we go. And do that. Feedback a little bit and whoop whoop down.
Travel through the airwaves and they can play.
Slower than that because that's not a cool enough whoop.
Travel through the airwaves and they can plague you if you travel through the airwaves and they can plague you.
Cool. I think we are good. Let's just make sure that we have everything set up with the right amount of reverbs. That's the whole song. Okay, good. Good. Let's check out all these effects for a second. Ride. I'm going to put the ride in the drum group because then it'll be like because of the you know what I mean, because of the ridiculous compressor. Ooh. Nasty. Oh gosh. Let's fade that in. Perfect. Let's try that out.
Own your strength, just take away the time.
Let's see what these are. These are risers. Riser impacts. Let's try to check the impacts. I think all these are probably fine. Oopsie. Holy shit, I remember that fucking riser. I used to, I did a couple of things with Ableton back in the day. And I remember that one because it was so mono. Let's do this. There you go. Obviously, this has to get the hell out of the way of the kick drum. Bass drum. And I think we can now do something called listening to the actual song and taking notes of anything that might be wrong. So I need a text edit. And see how we've done. Oh, oops. Never mind. I'll just do it with my ears and remember things. Oh. So I'm gonna slowly automate into these things because otherwise it's a bit much. Let's just slowly automate into depth. So that it slowly gets to the bounce width. And phase I can leave. Okay, fix that. This is very, very loud, so I'm going to turn that down. And obviously, again, everything is kick drum related here, so I'll just get rid of that. Not really happy with that. Let's make that more of a sucky vibe, like high pitchy.
I'm all alone, fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to.
So there we go. Just really slowly. It's just going to be a reverb track with lots of chews out at the end of it.
They can then try and hold on to something you can't see. Don't know where to go sometimes. I want to see a brighter day. Your time will come. Your time will come. I'm scared I've known only defeat. These scars on my body never heal. Save yourself, she said. It's yours to be. Own your strength, just take away the time. Take it till your kingdom comes into the light after the darkest days. Your time will come. Your time will come.
Ooh. Well. Okay. Thanks for letting me know that. I think I'm gonna do the. Should I? I should probably not delay to come. I should not delay to come. I was thinking of putting a ping pong delay on come, but that's probably not gonna make anybody very happy, except for if you're in a Japanese movie.
Will come.
Cool. Okay, so I'm happy with the track as is. I'm gonna quickly change speakers. Boop. And turn off any Sonoworks because I don't want to hear that. And let's have another little listen. And I think mix-wise for a fast mix, we're done. I think I'll just do some 2-bus processing to get that more glued together again. And repeat this section. And have no audio. Oh yeah.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves and
Let's just control that low end with a little bit of Fab Filter Pro MB because it's fat. But yeah, preferably I would flip out the kick because it's not really a happy kick, is it? It's a bit flabby.
fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to something you can't see. Don't know where to go sometimes. Oh, fighting myself.
Yeah, not feeling that. Let's quickly have a little look and gander with our ears at that low end because something's a bit off here. Yeah, that kick drum has a little bit too much poop in it, which is probably right there.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves and they can plague you if you let
them do something. Let's just widen this cue. Okay, we'll keep that. It's like a post ring or a pre ring on it now because the EQ8 doesn't do well. You can't really EQ that heavy with a kick.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves, and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to something you can't see. Don't know where to go sometimes. Oh, fighting my
I'll leave that there. All right.
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves, and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to something you can't see. Don't know where to go sometimes. Oh, fight.
Let's actually mid-side EQ this. So we have mid here, and let's just get a utility and pop it like it's hot. It's 4, 5. Make that a side. Make this a mid. Pop it down, and oh shit, I did the wrong way around. Mid, side. Okay. Listen to the side for a second.
Myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves, and
Okay, let's quickly go back and forth to that mix again that we had before.
fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves, and
So the vocals are, they have a, on the previous one, they had a little bit of ozone imaging. So I think I'll just pop that on just to push it out a little bit.
fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves, and they can plague you if
So that at least it's like the same. I'm not sure yet, but
fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves, and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to something you can't see. Don't know where to go sometimes.
so it's already widened to begin with. So I don't want to push that too far, but I want to also, when the artist listens back, doesn't go like, "Wait, the vocals are too narrow or too wide."
Fighting myself, the thoughts travel through the airwaves, and they can plague you if you let them try and hold on to something you can't.
Okay, I'm okay with it. The kick drum is really, really, really bothersome though. So I really want to delete that and put in a kick drum that doesn't like floppy flop all over the place and likes my choice of compressor. I'm gonna finish it regardless, but I think maybe there is gonna be another upload where I delete the kick and continue like that, so we get it a little bit tighter. It's a problem with those short kicks, but at least this kick doesn't have that. What's it called? Normally, when you get these short type of hip hop kicks, they're really. Oh, now I know what's going on. The actual kickness of the kick is delayed a bit, like 50. Well, whatever that is. So that's why it's like thup thup instead of bop bop. So it's not a pre or post ring, it's the actual kick. So I'm gonna have to just replace that, but I just don't know where I have any of these things in my sample library to replace it. I won't be able to do this in an hour. All right, fuck it. Let's just do one more thing. I want to quickly do an Ozone 9 to control that low end. I'll do that with the Master Rebalance. And then we can shoot out between the mastered version as well, which will probably be really, really loud. Let's just also check out what kind. Oh, no. Okay, well, that is actually it. I hope you've enjoyed this whole session, but I gotta stop because I have a database error and life has detected an internal error. Great. Merry Christmas, Ableton. Thanks a lot. I'll see you guys again soon, okay? I'm gonna finish this with a better kick. All right, cheers. All right, so that Ableton thing really sucked ass. I quickly sent over the file to Jamin van Dillen, or Jamin van Dillen, or Van Dillen, and he told me that there's still two things, the ARP and ARP2, that wasn't in the project file, so I quickly added those. They sound like this, by the way.
And hold on to.
And they were weirdly odd. They had this width on it that was not, I wasn't really enjoying that. It's like broken and weird all at the same time, so I just kind of moved it around. This is not a big part, so I can just kind of get away with placing it left and right. So that's there. There's another ARP here, which is also modulated. I just put a mount here because at the end of the song it needs to go like, you know. At least that's what it feels like. Then on the vocal group, I added this option for oddness, which I really like. It's a distorted slapback delay.
Want to see a brighter day. Your time will come. Your time will come. I'm scared I've known only day.
Because then the verse vocal and the chorus vocal have this little sexy thing. Because right now we're having only warpedness. I was thinking, let's just embrace the odd warpedness. But this is an option. It sounds like this by itself. It's a mess. But I really like that with the overall vibe.
Your time will come. Your time will come. I'm scared I've known only day.
Because it goes from this like messy thing of like your time is gonna come, you're gonna be dying, or whatever it is that the song is about. And then this is the part where you go to hell in my head. All right, so that's an option. He opted to not have it, the artist, but I'm going to leave it on because I think it sounds cool. Cool. And then I also quickly mastered it, but I did this off camera because Ableton kept on going, boop, internal error. So for the master, this took probably about 5 minutes. We have low end focus. I took the punchiness out because the kick drum kept on being shitty. Oh yeah, on that note, I also replaced the kick drum. So we have the original bass drum, and then I made a kick drum and just put a different kick in it in comparison to so it's like a lot thicker and nicer, and it has some attack on it. That I couldn't really get out of that original kick drum because the attack was delayed, so I would have had to really fuck around with that. It's always easier to replace a kick drum instead of trying to fix it. Low in focus, so that does this. You can't really hear that.
Take away the time. Take it till you.
It basically, the kick drum was so heavy. So I mean, I already put a limiter on, which I've turned off. So I put a limiter on there just to catch those peaks of that kick drum, because at the end of the day, I want my maximizer to not really limit too hard because otherwise you get that farty sound, and I'm not really a fan. So I'm again making sure that that kick drum here doesn't come across as punchy. So just kind of holding it back a little bit. Equalizer doing a mid side, side doing nothing. Oh, I guess I didn't do that yet. Shit. Let's have some fun. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Okay, I'm actually gonna leave the side because it sounds all right. Yeah, okay. Let's try that with the bass and everything. Okay, it might be a little bit muddy. Let's just do a little bit of side stuff because I completely forgot to do that. Also, I'm trying to keep within my 1 hour, but I'm going a little bit over with 15 minutes or so.
These scars on my body.
Perfect. Okay, then dynamic wise, I again pushed it that low end on an attack of 0 just to push back on that kick. So with that, normally you wouldn't do this, but that kick in this genre, it's always going to be way up front. But then I just take the dynamic range and I just squash it in the low end. That's all. So that's there. Same thing at the top because that snare was popping out too much. And if it's too much for you in general, you can just parallel it if you want. But I kind of like it like that. Let me just go before and after.
Only defeat these scars on my body never heal. Save yourself, she said.
So with it on, we just push back a little bit on that kick and snare brightness. Imager, tiny bit.
Only defeat these scars on my body never heal.
What I'm particularly proud about with this song is that in the middle of the track, the whole track makes like it's really sits quite nice. Wow, look how pretty that is.
Only defeat these scars on my body never heal. Save yourself.
It's like it just sits really well in the mid frequency, so that's good. And then the maximizer with a true peak and a ceiling of -1 hitting about.
Only defeat these scars on my body never heal. Save yourself, she said.
Hitting about -9-ish and doing not too much compression, but you can see that the compression is only happening on that kick and snare.
Only defeat these scars on my body never heal. Save yourself, she said. It's yours.
Blah. And then dither. A little bit of that. There's no DC offset needed. And that's actually the whole track mastered and adjusted according to what the artist sent through. And I think overall the track came out not too shabby for what was delivered as well, because it's already wet vocals. The melodics are already wet as well, so there's not much you can do in situations like this instead of just kind of get it to be balanced together. Anyway, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll see you guys again in 2020 with more tracks to mix and master. So have a good time.